Hello everyone, this is Benjamin Ramirez. I guess, okay. Well, I took like a 5 seconds because I was trying to get the recording started. Maybe he thought I wasn't going to play. Alright. Well, I'll do a new, I guess start a new one. Maybe I should start recording while I was doing this. Alright. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, so I have no lighting for my chessboard, so it's to be kind of interesting to see how well I do without it. Alright. Okay, my normal response is e4, e5. I've learned a lot with white on this, not much black. But I guess it's interchangeable. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure if that's a center or scotch. I forget. One or the other. If I don't capture, he can move down. Not sure what kind of response I can have that would be good, other than capture. I'll capture. If he captures my knight, I'll capture with my b pawn, and at some point move the bishop to a6 if I can. So I'll just I would try to take his f2 square right now. Not directly, but indirectly in a way. Alright, that's perfectly fine. I also have a file for my rook. I know people say double pawns are bad, but when you do have double pawns, sometimes they can leave a file for your rook. So I have a possible file that I might need or use, might not. I'm definitely not doing b7 because I had to move my bishop and my pawn out the way, my c6 pawn and my c5 bishop out the way. So I'd probably rather just move it all the way to a6 when I can. Very interesting. I would think that after I'm capturing, regardless of how I captured, he would have had a response to it. I'm sure most people don't capture with the d7 pawn, so I'm assuming he doesn't know the opening that he's using. He might not actually study openings. He might be just a very good tactical player. Now I'm thinking about a5 possibly, so I can move my bishop to c6. But if I do that, if I do a5 and he puts his queen to f3, not sure. d5 might be okay. He capture, I capture, he capture with the bishop. My rook would be attacked, my f7 be attacked, and I can't defend both. So that wouldn't be good for me. So if I go to knight to f6, he can go to bishop g5, and if I don't deal with that properly, he can just go e5 and take my knight. So I might do knight to e7. I know knight to f5 is normal, but I see a possible knight capture. Knight to f6, bishop to g5, maybe d6 if he moves down. If I capture, he'll capture my queen with his queen. So I'll do this right here. That's fine. I'll castle, and then I'll do a5 with my pawn, and then bishop to bishop to a6, pushing his bishop away. So if I castle now, he can do his black bishop to h6. He's also attacking my bishop. He's hitting my bishop and he's attacking checkmate. d5 seems the only way to block it. If he captures with his pawn, I capture with my pawn. If he captures with his bishop, I can capture with my queen because my knight is now attacking the d5 square. So it stops the continuation that I said earlier because of my knight is also attacking the d5 square. So looks safe to me. And I don't have my chessboard, so my calculations might be worse than normal, but that's still okay. I think I figured out what to do. I don't see what he can do besides castle, move his bishop, then castle. The fact that he didn't know his opening and took his time after a few small moves means that he didn't win by simply knowing what he did in the opening. It means that he's an actual tactical player, which is pretty good. And he's attacking aggressively, so he's not, I don't think he's a positional player. I think he's more tactical, which is good, because most people know their openings in the beginning at this level are usually pretty bad at tactics. They just remember the opening, and then if you messed up, they win. And then if you don't mess up, they just fall under pressure and lose. So you either get one or the other. Good opening players that fall under pressure, or players that don't know their opening that are strong tactic players. So might as well see what he's looking at. Okay, I got confused because the clock said Benjamin. Okay, let's see what he's looking at here. I think the only tactical move that would probably be d3. If I capture his pawn, he can capture my pawn. And then if I castle, that would be checkmate, which means I can't castle. So it'll force me to defend more. So he's probably going to play d3. Alright, he didn't go for it. I guess he wants to keep his line open. Alright. Now in this position, what would he do? If I castle now, he can't play bishop to h6 capture. If he recaptures with his queen, I can my knight to g6, and I don't see any way he can continue attacking. So that's very possible. I have c6, bishop to a6. Excuse me. Bishop to a6 prevents him from castling. I know he's attacking a lot, and I probably should defend something, but right now I don't see any immediate threat to me. So I might want to... Yeah, I'm going to stop him from castling. Let's see what he got. I like it. I'm going to stop him from castling. I don't see what he can do directly right now. That's a threat. So he likes to be aggressive, so I'm going to put a little aggressiveness towards him too. I gotta let the cats in. I don't know if you can hear them or not, but they're trying to get in the attic. I don't know why they like coming up here when I'm playing, but they do. Alright, you come in. Come on. I don't know why they like being up here, but if I don't let them in, they'll scratch at the door the whole entire time. This is what he's looking at. Yeah, I don't know if you guys ever do some of the chess, but switching the board around and looking at what he can do can really help you figure out what to do yourself. Alright, so I have both my bishops eyeing his pieces. My queen, I want to move it to f6. And we'll probably end up trading bishops after that. He'd probably go to bishop to e3 if I did that. Alright. If he takes my pawn, I take his pawn. He has 3 attacking it, I have 2 defending it. So that's bad for me. That's one option. He may be looking to take my pawn on d5. Another option is he might be looking to go knight to b4, threatening my bishop. And my bishop will have nowhere to go without being captured except to d6. For my bishop to d6, then he can take my pawn, I take his pawn. He captures the bishop. If I take with my knight, he'll take with his queen. And I think he's only threatening to check me on f7, but I can castle. So if he moves his knight, it's not a big deal. To a4, if he captures my pawn right now, that's more troublesome. So I'm thinking about just going to move my pawn to d4 actually. No, he'll have checkmate in one move. If I go d4, he'll just move his queen to f7, check. King to d7, bishop to e6, check. King would have to go up and the bishop to f4. And I think that'll be checkmate. That's 1, 2. Yeah, you have a 3-move checkmate, I think. I'll look it over later. Now's not the time. Alright, I guess I'll castle. And if he takes my pawn, then I guess I lost an extra pawn. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Well, if I take his pawn now, it won't be checkmate for me. I mean, against me, so that's an option. If I take the pawn on e4, he can take it with his knight. Only safe place I see moving my bishop is d6. If he captures, I can capture, and that's the only safe place. Then move my pawn up one to d4. Since he can't attack me directly right now, forces knight to move to a4 maybe. No, it's not good. I was thinking something weird, like d4, knight to a4, d3, knight takes c5, and then at one more to d2 check, but he would just take it with the bishop. I was thinking of trying to force something happening over there, but if I go to d4, he goes, if he does knight e5, I can go to bishop to b4 check. That'd be a little interesting. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna try it. I don't have much. I'm losing a lot of time on my clock, so I don't want to lose too much time and then rush the end game. I like this right here. Okay. Changes a bit up on my position. Might go queen to b8. He definitely moving his knight, that's for sure. But if I capture his knight and he captures my queen, and I capture his rook, and he captures my pawn back. And then I capture his f2 pawn. Take his knight, he takes my queen. My a rook will take his rook. If he goes b takes c3, my bishop can go to f2 and take another piece. No, if I did a bishop to f2, his bishop would take my knight on e7. So, capture, 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 capture. I can't do the last one, but if I can't do all that, it might not be worth it. If I take his knight, he takes my queen. I take off my a rook. If he takes the pawn, move my rook to d7 maybe. He moves rook over. I capture his rook. He takes it off his queen. I go to rook to e8. His queen goes down to d7. My knight's attacked twice, defended once. My rook's attacked, defended. I have to move my king over to f8. It looks okay, but I'll consider if I don't see anything else that I can do right now. It looks okay. It doesn't look good for me. If I go h6, you move the bishop back. I don't see any continuation that I can do that will push his pieces back. I'm gonna do it. I don't see any actually good continuations that I can use to push his pieces back, so I'm just gonna do this. I could have taken his pawn first, called check. That's probably what I should have did. I didn't see the check first. That would have gave me more lines to attack his king with my bishop. I'm gonna do this first. He has no bishop on the h7 b1 diagonal. That was a problem before, but it's not a problem now, so it will take him a couple of moves to even try to switch his attack over. If I go bishop f6, he might move the pawn down, the e pawn. I think bishop to e2 might be the best way to save my bishop. I think that's the best way. Excuse me. That's better than I thought. I thought I was going to take the a7 pawn. Then I get to my bishop over. Now, if I went bishop over to f6, then he's still going to lose pawn down 1. So, I'm thinking my f rook to e8. My only problem with that is my f7 pawn will be weakened. And it's being eyed by the bishop, and if I move my other piece out of the way, then his queen can attack. I think it might be okay. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I think it might be okay. There's a small problem with that. He can probably take my pawns, but I can live with that. If he takes my pawns, my rook has more space to attack. His king's on that side, so my bishops and my rook coordinating would be a good thing. So I think it's fine if he takes my pawns. And that's fine. Soon I can start developing lines for his king. So let's start working on that. Move my bishop back to h5, defending my pawn, and then probably bishop to g6 later on, just to defend my king while trying to eye his c2 pawn. I might have some small issues if he starts marching his pawns up, his h, g, and f pawns. If he starts marching them out towards my king, I might have an issue. So he's a little premature, but okay. I'll do this first. Oh, I love the hanging piece. moved up, and my bishop over to defend. He could have taken it last round. Wow. And that is why I'm not master and just a regular player. Once I stop blundering moves, then I can definitely, you know. I used to focus on not blundering. Then I got better. Then I started focusing more on tactics. So if my tactics are starting to fail me a bit, then I may start focusing on not blundering anymore again. As I increase, I have to keep trying to find new ways not to blunder, I guess. So, great video. You can subscribe. Focusing on not leaving hanging pieces is definitely a good thing for everyone, including me. So, hope you learned something, and obviously one thing like that can cost a game. So, yeah, hit like and subscribe. That's a good game.